Okay, so in the back is a diagram of how the multiple perpetrator stalkers are abusing bio and neural surveillance. A lot of that data is going to organizations and companies like Palantir or OpenAI or the contracts that they have. They have contracts and access to sensor networks. So as you can see right here, the very top up here is a data donor. So that would be what you are as a target, although you did not consent to donating your data. And this data is biological and also your digital footprint and your surveillance data. And then down here is the clinical researcher. So this is the person that would be using their position to launder, classify, categorize, and turn that data into value. So before the multiple perpetrator stalkers receive any personally identifiable information or they're beamed synthetic or conceptual telepathy, these guys receive the data and they're doing whatever they want with it, category-wise within the ecosystem and the database that they're building or the algorithm that they're building for. And then down here, you have request access to disease, I think, because this is supposed to be for disease management at the population level. They are doing some sort of like anthropology. So they are classifying and categorizing diseases and doing research from there. And that data obviously is taken from the public, from the population. So this is like disease management, population management, right? And then over here at the very bottom, you have the data access committee approval of data access request. And then over here, you have a clinician. So, you know, when they're talking about nurses and doctors that are violating their HIPAA oath, okay, or just violating HIPAA, that's here, the clinician. And sometimes that's also here, the researcher. And then here is the database that everything is going to. So basically, they're just out here under the guise of a hyper game or a regular card game. You see them flashing their cards. And what they're doing is taking data from a supposed donor. So on paper, if you're looking at a nonprofit or a project, it would just look like everything's consenting, just like this diagram. Oh, here's the donor. Here's our outreach. Here's the algorithm that we're building. This is all for population disease management. Meanwhile, they're running hyper games out of it and stealing people's genetic inheritance or data so that they can clone to create therapeutics, which they will sell at their own companies and make a shit ton of money from with their wealthy friends who want stem cell facelifts. Okay? That's how it works.